Good morning. I have two tasty little bits of book drama for you that I thought I would just throw out here to start our day because it intrigued me and I kind of spiraled scrolling through the history for about 20 minutes. So when I get up every morning, I cook the dog's breakfast and I tend to put on TikTok in the background, scroll a couple videos, and then I get on with my day, watch the news, that type of stuff. So when I was scrolling, I came across this video that was talking about how people are boycotting the new Navessa Allen books. And I didn't know who this was, and I looked it up. So she did Lights Out, which I have not read, but was very popular on TikTok, and it kind of made it over to YouTube a little bit. That's not the type of book I read, so I never got into it, but it's like a stalker romance thing. So her next book is coming out, and the girlies are like ready for it. And she announced the audiobook narrator, and I guess there was some controversy around it. People were really upset that it's Teddy Hamilton. I also don't know who this audio narrator is. I guess he narrates a lot of these types of books, so I have probably not heard his voice. He did not sound familiar to me. So the first person that was talking about it was like, I guess people are like really upset. She was like, is there some sort of controversy about him that I don't know? So
Are y'all okay? Because what do you mean? Y'all are boycotting a book because you don't like the narrator. Then don't listen to the audiobook. Like, I really don't understand why people are mad. I haven't seen it, but not to say that it's not happening, because I know it's the Wild Wild West in an author's comment section and DMs.
I go to Google and I start looking. The only controversy I can find is people think that he's also another narrator because it's a stage name, and they think that he's also narrating different books under a different name. So he would have like his romance genre name and then his like other genre name, and that could very well be something. I have no idea. People are like saying it sounds similar. There was that controversy, and then there's controversy over people being upset that he might be married because they don't want to listen to an audiobook from a guy who is married, which is weird to me, but okay, sure. That was very small and isolated to like 2 Reddit posts, but it came up under, because they had put controversy in the like caption or the body of their Reddit post, so that came up. So I was like, okay, so there's nothing, it's not like the Joe Arden thing, right? No controversy around him that I can find. It's just what I found when I'm scrolling on Reddit is that people don't like his voice. They view him as smarmy, and was like the word often used, and they view him as he comes off as kind of creepy, and they said like he just sounds sleazy. And I was like, okay, so you don't like the sound of his voice. That's totally fine. People can have audio narrator like preferences. They can have audio narrator preferences. I do. I have some that I really prefer, and I have some whose voices I don't really like, so I won't necessarily listen to the audiobook because their voice just doesn't work for me, but I'll still pick up the book. Apparently, people told the author in her Threads post that they were going to boycott the book because they didn't like the audio narrator. And I don't know if they just meant they weren't going to listen to the audiobook and it got construed, because I could not find the original post. I could find the author like talking about it. She was like, hey, on an author's post, please don't criticize their choice of audio narrator. And I was like, like I think I screenshot that one from Threads. So I scrolled through her Threads post and I didn't see it. But I also have some very specific settings on Threads to block out some very specific words. Sorry, my voice is like having a lot of vocal fry this morning. I apologize. So I couldn't find any screenshots. But when I started going down the TikTok rabbit hole, I just found video after video after video of people being like, oh, so we're doing this? Like, you guys are going to start like boycotting this author because you don't like her audiobook narrator choice? I'll see if I can put some clips in here, because I was like, all I can find is people talking about it instead of like it actually happening.
Did we lose the plot as readers and think that we are entitled to go onto an author's post and criticize her choices? And when did we think it was okay to publicly talk smack about a narrator that we didn't like because we prefer another narrator?
Like first world problems for 300, Alex. So on today's episode of Entitled and Privileged, people are big mad at Navessa Allen, the author of Lights Out and the soon-to-be book Caught Up, which comes out the first week of June. But they are pissed off because the male narrator that she used for her audiobook that will also be coming out is Teddy Hamilton.
Okay, let me get this straight. Y'all are mad at Navessa Allen because she announced the narrators for her audiobook Caught Up, which is book 2 from Lights Out. And y'all are mad that it's Teddy Hamilton, the same Teddy Hamilton that majority of booktok goes feral for when he narrates our audiobooks. And now y'all woke up and decided that you're gonna be mad at her.
But I did go and watch Navessa, I keep wanting to say Vanessa, Navessa Allen's post from this morning. It was from like 3 hours ago, and she was actually talking about this in detail, and I thought it was really interesting what she was saying, because I do agree with it. One of the last things that she said was about how certain men can like blow up on TikTok, and this is part of a larger conversation. What's happening with people being upset about her audiobook narrator choice is part of a larger conversation. And she happened to mention, she was like, some guy can come on here, say he likes a specific book and look a certain way, and he gets 100,000 subscribers and sponsorships.
I feel like people think that there's like a huge group of readers trying to boycott my book because of my narrator choice, and I don't believe that that's happening. I haven't seen any evidence of that. There were just a couple people who were like trying to call for it. Most of the comments I got were just about not liking certain voices. There was a small contingent that I constantly see on all of my videos that just wants a specific person to narrate. And it's not just one person. Like, I get groups from all of the male fandoms, the male narrator fandoms, telling me how I should and should not cast. And I think this is part of a larger discussion about certain fandoms in the bookish community and how they can be toxic and problematic at times. And this should in no way reflect on the people that they're fans of. It's not like they're out there sending these people our way. It's just, I mean, we see it all the time with, you know, a dude that somebody likes enters the community, and in a week they get 100,000 followers and sponsorships. It's just very male centered sometimes. And I just, again, it's part of a larger conversation.
And I've talked about that guy recently, about one of those guys. There's plenty of them that have happened, but I talked about one the other day. And I think it's a very valid point. It is something I've like been really thinking about a lot lately, and I don't know how to get into it, but I thought I would give you this little update. I'll put some of her video in here too, so you can see her talk about it. Now, this leans into the other thing that came up last night that I went and read the article about as well. So Audible just announced that they are going to be doing a massive amount of books with an AI narrator. And obviously when you do AI narrators, you can change the voice, you can make it sound like this, you can make it sound like that. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but they're going to have a creator tool where writers can use audio narrators, and they are working with certain publishers to do this too. And I find this very unfortunate. So here is the Guardian article screenshot from their headline. I'll put it in the box below because the Guardian is not paywalled, so you can go and read it, and that's the one that I read. But I saw it because of this post on Threads where this person was like, the book perverts are going to be really mad about this. And apparently this person is a tech reporter who, I don't know if she's a reporter or a reporter, I shouldn't do that. This tech reporter who is a known troll. She often says these things with inflammatory statements so that people go and look at her like links and like argue with her in the comments so she gets more traction. So I just put a screenshot of her book pervert comment, and apparently people said what she means in her like thing down is people who like physical books apparently are book perverts because we need to touch the book. Sure, fine, go off, I don't care. So Audible is going to be doing this push. They've already made a select certain number of their books with audio AI narrators. This push for it, there's a lot of obviously audio narrators that are coming out against it. The Guardian is based in the UK, so they're interviewing on UK based people. They want to use it for translation too, and I agree with one of the translators. It's essentially just, it's going to be bad. Using AI to translate your book is a bad idea. And it's just a cost cutting. It's just cost cutting. I am the Pepe de Silvia meme. I am the red thread connecting all of this to like the greater conversation of the American economy at the moment, and our government and everything that is happening. It is I'm like crashing out daily about this dystopian world that I have suddenly found myself in. It's not sudden, it just feels sudden. It has been a slow slog since before I was born, if you actually like step back and look at the big picture. But that is a little too much for an early morning. So I just think these two things are connected. Basically what I was trying to say and got off on this tangent is that if people are this upset about a book because of an audio narrator and they are this hyped for it, because when I found so much hype for it and so many people being like, if you can't recognize if you can't recognize Teddy Hamilton's voice, you don't even read audiobooks. Girl, I do. I just don't read that genre. Like, I just don't read that genre. So if people are going to be this emotional and have this big of a response for the wrong audio narrator, how do you think these people are going to feel about an AI narrator? You're going to lose people. Like, you're not going, If you're an indie author and you're like, people don't read my book because there's no audiobook option, people are really not going to read your book if you use an AI narrator. I really think, I hope it's going to bite Audible for doing this, because I think it's a terrible strategy. I have like 3 credits backed up that I need to use, so I'm going to be using them and then deleting my account, because if I delete my account, I lose my credits. So I have to use them up. So I'm going to be using them up and then deleting my account and then figuring out how Libro FM works. If you have seen anyone actually say they are going to boycott this person's book because of the choice of audio narrator, I am very curious and would really like to know. Because I couldn't find any, and I don't know if she's deleted them. I didn't scroll TikTok long enough because I need to go to work and I just wanted to do this real quick. But that's what's happening this morning. That is your morning dose of tea. Like, I'll see you soon with something else.